I'm Luke Summerhays, and I love Basculin. I've talked in previous generations about an overabundance of certain basic Pokémon types. The early game bird and rodent, bats and rocks in caves, and of course, numerous fish to harass you while surfing, or to make up the teams of fishermen. This is exacerbated in Generation 5 by a need to create a whole Pokédex from the ground up, so we need a whole new set of marine animals to fill Unova's waterways. Pokemon's long-serving lead artist Ken Sugimori spoke in an interview about the creation of one Pokemon in particular, saying it was made simply because there weren't enough fish to fill out the game. Andy and I already made a little fun of it in episodes this season. The whole world has bullied it, perhaps more so than Magikarp itself. That Pokemon is Basculin. A pure water-type fish with a stripe and an underbite, Basculin is a green bass with a little piranha thrown in to spice it up. The most interesting thing about it was that there are two slightly different variants, one with a red stripe and another with a blue stripe. In some games, one can be found with one rod and the other with another, or one is found while surfing and another while fishing, stuff like that. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, the two different colours became fully version exclusive. Pokémon Black tells us, Red and Blue Basculin get along so poorly, they'll start fighting instantly. These Pokémon are very hostile. And Ultra Sun tells us, Savage, violent Pokémon, Red and Blue Basculin are always fighting each other over territory. And Ultra Moon tells us, some people call it the Thug of the Lake. Whether the differences in colour are meaningful is not yet known. The Japanese name, Basarao, combines the English word bass with an old Japanese word for warrior, masurao. The English Basculin is a masculine bass, I guess associating masculinity with territorial gang violence. Perhaps the makers of Pokémon Black and White got their impression of New York from West Side Story. In terms of fish, bass are fairly docile, and while piranha do have voracious appetites, their actual danger is exaggerated in popular culture. Siamese fighting fish do fight one another, though they don't look much like Basculin. Both red and blue striped Basculin have unique abilities relating to moves with recoil damage. Red striped form has the ability Reckless, which ups the damage dealt by such moves, while blue striped form can have Rockhead, which negates that recoil damage. Hard-headed self-destruction is, unfortunately, very much a masculine trait. Despite all this masculinity, Basculin is not a strong Pokemon, and went many years being knocked out without even the balm of a potential Gyarados evolution. As Pokemon Ultra Sun puts it, even Basculin, which devours everything it can with its huge jaws, is nothing more than food to organisms stronger than itself. As Qui-Gon Jinn once said, there's always a bigger fish. But all of this pain and rage coalesced in Pokemon Legends Arceus. The Basculin in the Hisui region are not the hostile Pokemon, but instead the mellow Pokemon, a white striped form of Basculin. Pokemon Scarlet tells us, they live in frigid seas, forming schools and sharing food among themselves. When the time comes, they return to the river they were born in. Perhaps this river mentioned in the Pokédex is in Kitakami, where white-striped Basculin are found even in Pokemon's modern day. Legends Arceus said of the white-striped form, though it differs from other Basculin in several respects, including demeanor, this one is gentle. I have categorized it as a regional form, given the vast array of shared qualities. This assessment has been disputed in the centuries since Hisui was renamed Sinnoh, though, And in Pokemon Violet, the Pokédex says, its ecology is starkly different from that of other Basculin, so theories that it's a totally different species have gained traction in recent years. Despite white-striped Basculin's calmer demeanour and cooperative nature, it still has a need for self-damaging recoil moves. After receiving a certain amount of damage specifically through such attacks, a white-striped Basculin can evolve into Basculegion. Basculegion is a water and ghost-type Pokémon, a large fish possessed with the ghostly presence of its many fallen brethren. The curled, smoky presence issuing from its face and trailing behind it, red on males and white on females, resembles a warrior's facial hair. Pokemon Scarlet says, the souls of its comrades cloak its body and propel it effortlessly through even raging rapids. And Pokemon Violet says, it can jump with incredible power. Parts of its body are tinged red by the rage of its fallen friends. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, players could ride a Basculegion across the waters, jumping with that incredible power and throwing Pokeballs in satisfying slow motion. Of course, it's also an option to catch one and use it in battle. Legends Arceus tells us, clads itself in the souls of comrades that perished before fulfilling their goals of journeying upstream. No other species throughout all Hisui's rivers is Basculegion's equal. Welcome back to Moils on Mon. Basculin.
Oh, did I pick this? Oh no. Angry fish. Am I right in saying that until Hisui, until Arceus, the only thing interesting really about this Pokemon was that it had different coloured stripes, potentially? Is that right?
Pretty much, yes.
But then, is it a Hisuian form or did it get an evolution?
It got an evolution. Technically there is a Hisuian form, but it's just a different coloured stripe.
Oh, great. But yeah, I remember the Hisuian form. Well, obviously you it's one of the mounts in that game, right? Like
yeah,
having like a big cool mustache, still being a big bit angry. It's like an angry man fish, which I was about. I don't think I actually used one in my team, but obviously you interact with that one for the water mount system in Arceus. So yeah, thumbs up.
Were you like me in that you chose Oshawott, so you had no need for it?
No, I used Cyndaquil for that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I had a water type. Yes, I did. I had Gumi.
Ah, nice. I don't think that's water in this game.
Ah, well, it was in Arceus.
Oh, sorry, no. I mean, in Arceus, I don't think it's water. It's still a dragon.
Oh, did it not turn into water?
Nope. I mean, you have to evolve it in the rain, but it's not water type.
That's probably what I'm thinking. I don't know what I used, but it wasn't Basculegion.
After more than a decade of Basculin being a laughingstock, Basculegion really is a genuine threat. It has nice healthy attack stats anyway, but can combine them with the ability Swift Swim to hit faster, or Adaptability to hit harder. Pokemon Violet tells us, it can afflict a target with terrifying illusions that are under its control. The deeper the sadness in its friends' souls, the paler Basculegion becomes. Basculegion's investment in its fallen partners manifests in-game, with the move Last Respects, which does more damage when more of Basculegion's teammates have fainted. Deployed at the right point in a match, Basculegion can be a game changer.